Could one of the worst serial killers in history be a police officer? Police in Wichita, Kansas are now interviewing some of their own in hopes of solving the case of the BTK Strangler, BTK standing for blind, torture, and kill. From 1974 to 1986, this strangler has killed at least 8 people in Wichita. And the killer resurfaced in March when he sent a letter to local TV stations in Wichita. Since then, several police officers have been asked to hand over swabs of DNA.
Absolutely. I was swabbed, gave up a DNA sample because I think that it's important, and I understand that the police department needs to be completely thorough in processing people that have been associated with the case in the past.
Well, joining us to talk about it this morning is Pat Brown, a criminal profiler. Pat, good to have you here. How unusual or not is it to have members of the police force be swabbed for DNA in a case like this?
Well, it's fairly unusual because police do not want to admit that it could be somebody of their own, perhaps somebody who was working there at the time who was disgruntled, or somebody who had left the force and had some kind of anger against that particular police department and choose to express it in this way. So they don't really want to go there if they don't have to. And but they've had a lot of questions coming in as to maybe it could be somebody from the police force.
Yeah, but Pat, do they necessarily believe that somebody from the police force could be the killer, or is it just that they would want to rule them out for any other type of involvement, maybe just knowing something about the killer? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they actually are looking to see if one of theirs could have been the killer, because they've swabbed so many people now, and it's going on and on and on. It's getting more convoluted, more confused. People are getting angry, frustrated. They don't know if they're being told the truth or they're being lied to, and people are getting paranoid. So I think they're trying to do something, but I think they need to do it more widespread, is my opinion, because it's getting to be the point where you wonder what your neighbor's saying about you. And there's some police officers who are refusing. Perhaps they have something to hide, or perhaps they just say, why me? Why are you targeting me and making me look bad? So there's a lot of frustration going on, but I think the police need to probably even make this more widespread. Perhaps everybody who could be swabbed at that time should be swabbed, and go more public with the information that they have so people know what's going on.
Pat, you know, in the movie sometimes the killer turns out to be the police officer in a twist ending. Does that happen in real life with your experience in profiling?
Well, there are police officers who have been serial killers. That is documented. This is nothing about being a police officer that prevents you from being one. Anybody can be a serial killer. Anybody can have problems. So yes, you can't. Any profession is going to have their share of weird people and people you wish hadn't joined your ranks. And so there's nothing to be ashamed of to look in your own department to see if there might be somebody there.
Pat Brown, good to have you here. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.